Hey there, and welcome back to Utility Sports. If you do enjoy MLB content, this is the place to subscribe. Also, leave a like on the video if you do enjoy today's content. So, now looking at the breaking news that has happened, the New York Yankees are acquiring Jameson Taillon from the Pittsburgh Pirates in exchange for four prospects. Now, kind of looking at what the Pirates are getting in return, Yajur is the 15th overall prospect for the New York Yankees in their organization. He's a right handed pitcher. Definitely a guy that long term has some good upside for the Pittsburgh Pirates. And Contreras is almost an MLB ready guy at this point. He is the 19th ranked prospect in their system. So I think this is a pretty good upside move for the Pittsburgh Pirates, considering they got the 15th and the 19th best prospect from the Yankees. And just those two alone are enough to warrant this kind of a deal. But Tyon's a guy who last year had a little bit of struggles, only threw 37 innings worth of baseball, had a 4.10 ERA during his time with Pittsburgh last year. But the year prior in 2019 is kind of the breakout season for Taillon. He did have a very, very nice rookie season. I don't want to discredit that, but last year he was able to log quite a few innings in terms of, I think, through maybe it was 179 for innings pitched. But this is definitely going to help the New York Yankees out. They've been looking to get more and more rotation help. Obviously, they brought in Corey Kluber. They thought that they needed to address that, and ultimately to compete in the AL and eventually the World Series, if they can get there, they need to add starting pitching. Obviously, they tried it last year with Hap, and they at this point, I think they are moving on. Obviously, because Hap signed in Minnesota, but looking at it as a whole, I really like what they've done here. Last year, they also had James Paxton. That didn't really work to where they wanted it to be. Obviously, they're not going to be bringing him back with the addition of Tyone, but I think that this is a win-win. Obviously, the Pirates are continuing to rebuild. They didn't feel like Tyone really fit their timeline, despite him, being still a very, very young starting pitcher in the league. I mean, he's only, I think, 26, 27 in that range. So he definitely has a lot of good years of baseball ahead of him. But for the New York Yankees, this is once again a win now move. A lot of the times when the Yankees do make trades, it's all in. I mean, that's just how the New York Yankees do it. So at this point, I think the Pirates made a good decision. Ultimately, they get two nice prospects from the Yankees in their system, and they're going to continue to build out that farm system as a whole. And the Yankees are all in right now. Obviously, they have to deal with the Rays in that division, and in that division, it's all about pitching for them because the Rays did a really, really nice job rounding out their rotation. They have a great bullpen, and the Yankees have to try to at least copy some of that. They need to be able to get up to the Rays standard in pitching. Obviously, the New York Yankees, from a lineup standpoint, are better than the Tampa Bay Rays. But at this point, they have to really look at furthering that starting pitching. Right? I mean, they have a pretty good bullpen as a whole still to this day. They've had one for quite a while, but looking at it from a starting pitching standpoint, that's where they felt like they were lacking. And I think a Tyone acquisition is really, really good for the New York Yankees. It's going to be kind of interesting because they have been monitoring Yasiel Puig. We will see if that comes up in the next couple of days. I think it's probable that Puig does sign within the next couple of weeks, or even possible in the next couple of days. So we will have to continue to monitor that situation. But it looks like the New York Yankees are starting to make some winning moves, and it's going to continue for the rest of the offseason. Thanks so much for tuning in. Like the video if you did enjoy today's content. Also, subscribe if you are a baseball fan. We will see you guys in the next one.